Imagine the greatest armies in history suddenly thrust into the present day, tasked with one impossible mission: to conquer a high-tech American superbase. The target is Fort Campbell, a fortress of the 21st century. Inside its walls, defenders watch miles of empty terrain unfold on glowing screens, a digital kingdom protected by radar, thermal sensors, and an intricate web of automated defenses. This isn't just a battle against soldiers. It's a clash with cutting-edge technology that transforms the battlefield into a deadly game of shadows and light. What happens when ancient valor meets modern might? The stage is set, and the first challengers are on their way. On the horizon, a looming shadow takes shape: 3,000 Spartans stepping forward with shields locked tight. Their formation is a perfect wall, a disciplined phalanx hardened by legends of empire-shattering battles. This isn't just an ancient army. It's a test of raw courage pitted against the cold logic of modern warfare. As they advance, you can feel the weight of history meeting a new and merciless challenge. The question hangs in the air: can bravery alone break through a fortress defended by unseen eyes and unyielding machines? The Spartans' advance is a sight to behold, shields locked, formations tight, moving with an unbreakable discipline honed over centuries. Yet, to the fortress's automated defense systems, they are just clusters of heat, nothing more than patterns on a screen. Without warning, a relentless storm of steel rains down from remote-controlled guns. The ancient phalanx, proud and unyielding, is shattered before a single Spartan can even glimpse the enemy. In this clash, bravery meets a harsh truth. Courage alone cannot overcome the cold, unforgiving laws of physics. Learning fast from their predecessors' downfall, the Roman legionaries march forward 5,200 strong. They wield smoke as a veil, using it to cloak their advance, while sturdy wicker shields absorb the shrapnel flying their way. This isn't a brute charge, it's a calculated, tactical maneuver, a desperate attempt to outsmart an enemy they cannot see. But in this modern battleground, old tricks are tested against new technology. The question lingers: can ancient strategy overcome the invisible eyes of high-tech warfare? But technology renders their tactics useless. Ground-penetrating radar and thermal optics slice through the smoke like it isn't even there. To the defenders, these Roman legionaries are nothing but faint, flickering ghosts on their screens. The system doesn't hesitate, it instantly calculates the perfect firing solution. Then, mortar shells crash down from above, turning those precise, well-ordered formations into chaotic wreckage. Discipline means nothing when your enemy is invisible and unrelenting. Survivors of the Roman legion barely make it past the hailstorm of artillery, but their ordeal is far from over. As they reach the base's perimeter wire, a new nightmare ascends from the skies: Apache helicopters. These gunships don't hesitate. Their rotors slice the air. Their weapons unleash devastating firepower with brutal efficiency. Within minutes, the disciplined Roman formations are shattered, the overwhelming air superiority crushing any hope of sustained ground assault. The ancient warriors face a foe they cannot touch and a power they cannot match from above. Napoleon's Grand Armée arrives with a different planned siege warfare. Instead of charging head-on, they spread out across the battlefield, targeting the base's lifelines. Artillery positions hammer the fortress defenses from a distance, while sapper teams dig tunnels and plant explosives, aiming to breach walls and disable key systems. This isn't just brute force, it's a battle of logistics and engineering, a test of patience and strategy. The base must withstand a slow, methodical assault, one measured by supply lines cut and trenches dug. Yet, in this game of attrition, the modern fortress prepares to strike back, and it's no ordinary fortress. Instead of remaining on defense, the fortress flips the script entirely. It no longer waits for the enemy to make a move, it strikes first. Invisible drones buzz through the skies. Precision airstrikes hit targets miles away, dismantling Napoleon's artillery and sapping teams before they can even set foot or dig a single trench. The historic armies, masters of siege warfare, find themselves powerless. They're fighting shadows, unable to engage an enemy that always stays just out of reach. In this new age, control of the battlefield means more than just soldiers or cannons. It's about seeing and striking before the fight even begins. The penultimate challenge arrives with a thunderous force, a World War II German blitzkrieg, unleashing everything industrial age warfare has perfected. Stuka dive bombers scream through the sky, releasing destruction from above. Glider-borne infantry glides silently, landing behind defenses to strike swiftly. Powerful panzer tanks roll forward, crushing all in their path. It's a multi-pronged assault, a masterpiece of coordination and speed. This is not just a battle, it's a test of whether historical tactics can survive the unforgiving edge of modern surveillance and weaponry. The question hangs heavy. Can this mechanized storm break through the fortress's shield? Every move of the blitzkrieg is thwarted before it can even begin. Advanced radar locks onto every Stuka and glider, turning them into easy targets for air defense missiles that tear through the sky. Infantry, hidden miles away, fire javelin missiles that reduce mighty panzers to burning hulks. Time and again, history's tried and true tactics crumble against a harsh reality. You cannot fight what you cannot see. The fortress stands unyielding, raising a gripping question. Could this digital stronghold really be invincible? The final wave is unlike any that came before a modern force, equal in technology and tactics. Out of nowhere, stealth bombers strike, precision munitions tearing through key defenses before their engines can even be heard. At the same moment, a massive cyber attack cripples sensors and blinds communications, turning the fortress's own eyes against itself. It's the birth of a new battlefield, where silence and shadows act as the deadliest weapons. Fort Campbell faces its first true peer in war, one that fights not just with firepower but with unseen, penetrating control of the digital battlefield. The stakes have never been higher. Under the cloak of electronic warfare, the ground assault erupts with shocking precision. AI-guided tanks roll forward, their armor gleaming, while swarms of loitering drones buzz overhead, creating a shifting shield. For the first time, Fort Campbell faces not a vague heat signature on a screen, but a mirror image, an enemy wielding its own technology against it. Every move is calculated, every strike coordinated, as the battle morphs into a deadly dance of machines matching machines. This isn't just defense anymore. It's a fight for survival against a reflection just as smart, just as ruthless. The base's defenses explode into life, a fierce storm of countermeasures tearing through the sky. Sea-ram cannons unleash relentless barrages, slicing apart hundreds of drones like paper targets. In the shadows, elite special forces strike back with silent precision, locking the attackers in a deadly dance of survival. Tank meets tank, missile clashes with missile, each move met with a swift, brutal response. This is no longer one-sided. The battle has turned into a savage, symmetrical fight, where technology and skill collide in a war of equals. Every second counts as Fort Campbell fights not just for its walls, but for its very existence. The assault unfolds like a relentless storm of high-tech violence, each clash more intense than the last. The attackers, undeterred by losses, trade blood and steel in a grim calculus, inching closer with brutal persistence. Their multi-domain coordination overwhelms the fortress's defenses. Tank duels erupt side by side with missile barrages and drone swarms. Finally, with a devastating breach, the once impenetrable perimeter collapses. Fort Campbell, the symbol of modern military might, falls not to a superior army of soldiers, but to an unyielding tide of technology and will. The old war is over, a new era has dawned. History's greatest warriors fell not to superior strength or valor, but to a system far beyond the battlefield. Fort Campbell showed us that modern war isn't about fighting harder, it's about seeing farther. It's the relentless sensor grid, the unblinking eyes that turn chaos into clarity, that decide the fight before the first bullet flies. This final victory proved one thing. In today's world, the battle is won by those who glimpse the future moments before it unfolds. Stay tuned to discover how this new era of warfare is reshaping our reality.